A very good afternoon, everybody. Lovely to see you all. Welcome to Christmas at Home. It's the bass rehearsal. It's Friday, and I hope you've had a great week so far, everyone. I see we have a couple of basses here. Hello to George, and hello to Stephen and Gary. Good to see you, gents. And hello to many, many errant sopranos and altos and tenors. It's great to see everybody. Hello, Judith. Oh, I hope you can get your videos sorted. Bonsoir, Suzanne. Lovely to see you. Just attempted to record once in Royal. Found it impossible to record soprano against the descant. Do you know what? I know just what you mean, Suzanne. All those years ago when I used to sing treble, I remember the first time I had to sing the tune, it just didn't compute. What I would suggest is listen really intently to the basses and tenors and let them lead you, okay? If that helps. Hello, Susanna. Great to see you. I'm sorry to hear you've not been very well. Thank you, Susanna, for the email you sent me recently with the Finnish carol. I have seen it, but I haven't had a chance to reply. But thank you very much indeed for your message. I really do appreciate it and hope you're feeling better. I love what you say there about I invited the altos to join bass rehearsals to keep the chat going. I think it's just, the chat is just a big part of what we do. And those of you that are here, please do continue to chat if you like in the comments. And if the chat's not for you, well, you can always just turn it off and enjoy the singing. Now, everyone, I'm just going to do my sound checks. Mark's a bass. Hello, Mark. I'm just going to do my sound checks. Oh, and good evening to Dave. Hope you're well, and hope Jill is very well as well. So let's do a little bit of that. Oh, that's quite loud, isn't it? Let's have a bit more. Right, so we have a little bit more voice against that. La da 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 dum. To have a bit of reverb as well. Ya 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 ya. Two 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 two. Right, less piano. Bit more piano. We'll get the balance. There we are. Close. Okay, good. Hello, Nicholas. That's very nice for you to say. Hello, Fred. Hello to Hugh from a chilly cheam. Excellent. I love a good bit of alliteration. It's definitely, oh, goodness me, chilly cheam. That's very good. It's definitely blustery Bristol. Ooh, very, very chilly. Great stuff. Wow, Dave, your last day at work before retirement is on Monday. Wow. So that's more time for SAC and home choir. I'm delighted you've got your priorities right, Dave. That's brilliant, though. Congratulations. Oh, I bet you're looking forward. Well, it must be complicated emotions, mustn't it? I would imagine. Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'll have to remember when I see you on Tuesday. We'll have to sing you a special congratulatory song. That's great news. Hello to Peter. Fantastic. Good to see you, sir. Hello, Lisa. And there's Rob. Is Rob here as well? Hello, Rob. Full of joy. They got my dad sitting up in a chair today at his care home. That's fantastic news. Oh, that's great. Great stuff. Dave is very much looking forward to retirement. Don't blame you. Oh, dear. Judith is talking to Gareth about the challenge to come in the right places at the right pitch when Ben and accompaniment are focused on basses. Well, absolutely. I think the challenge is to come in at the right place and the right pitch at any time, let alone when I'm focusing on the basses. But hey, let's give it a go. Let's just listen to some recordings and check they're working all right. So again, folks, just sneak that volume level down just while I check. Let's have a bit of Lullaby My Jesus and check how that's sounding. Lovely stuff. Thank you, Recordari. Let's have a bit of Hark the Herald, or as they say here in the West Country, Ark the Herald. Dum, 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 dum. Splendid. Hark the herald angels. Marvellous. Okay, it's a bit of Silent Night. I've got a message from Mark. Lovely sound. Thank you, Mark. Oh, splendid. I think we're ready to go. Just check my choir boy in the box down here works. Ready, Richard? Off you go. Very good. Thank you, Richard. Okay, well, I think we are ready to go from this end. I think we have all the music ready. I've got all my music. So how's everybody doing? How's your day been, everyone? Hello, Albert. Good evening. Great to see you. Hello, Paula. Paula's been out today delivering Advent boxes to some of our young families. Oh, that's wonderful. Great to have time in retirement for all this fun, she says. Well, quite. Quite. It's one of the things my mum said when she retired from her job as a primary school teacher. And she said the thing that one of her friends said to her, good piece of advice, she said, is make sure for the day after you retire, you have something to do that is different from every day, but something that's definitely very clear and to get you out the house. And she said, you know, once you're through that first day, you'll be fine. So if that helps, Dave, I think when are we out of? I think we're out on the 2nd. So I think you might need to go for a bit of a socially distanced something or other on Tuesday. I'm sure you've already got big plans. But congratulations again. That is really good. George is saying singing is the best part. I'm sure you meant best, George. But, you know, that's the thing about an online choir. If you want to make it a best part, you can sing in whatever you like. Oh, thanks, Gary. Hello, Richard. Good to see you as well. Great. Oh, I'm glad everyone's having a good day. Yes, we're just preparing for Christmas. I know it seems early, but it seems everybody is in the same sort of mindset. We've been indoors for such a long time. Well, what's the point in delaying putting out decorations for Christmas? I don't know if you can see, but we have a couple of little additions. You can probably see there's a Father Christmas hat here, and Lo Lee is going to make an appearance. He's just over my shoulder here. So yes, I'm really enjoying decorating and adding little bits every day for those of you who are paying attention. It's going to end up like one of those puzzle pictures by the end. You know, what's the new thing today? Anyway, excellent. Hugh said, I did retire from my day job some time ago, but never stopped playing piano and singing. Well, absolutely brilliant, Hugh. I can completely get behind that. I think one of the great things about being a musician of any level, of any standard, is that it's a journey for everybody. Even the very best musicians in the world wouldn't consider themselves experts at everything. And so, yeah, just follow your heart, follow your dreams, listen to the music you like, learn to play some bits and pieces. I think one of the greatest educational tools of all time is the website that you are watching right now, YouTube. It is the most unbelievable educational tool. Not only can you learn amazing choral pieces online through YouTube, but you can learn any instrument, any piece. You can learn how to compose. You can learn how to fix pretty much any tech problem. It is incredible. And of course, you can go beyond that. My wonderful wife is sewing all sorts of amazing things and just goes onto YouTube. Oh, that's how you do that stitch. And off she goes. We are in a new world. It's wonderful. So, how's everyone else doing? Nice antlers. Yeah, the antlers are good, aren't they? And hello, good afternoon from Florida. Hello, Mystic Doc. Good to see you. Hello, Nick. Good evening. Jill retired a few years ago, says Dave. I don't have time for all the jobs she intends me to do at home. No, absolutely. You'll want to get a job to get away from retirement. Hello, Paul. I decided to get the Christmas scores onto an old iPad so I don't have to make a noise turning the pages when I try to record. Genius. Genius. Absolutely brilliant. In fact, some people have been saying recently they've recently bought iPads and which software to use. Well, I use an app called Fourscore, which is paid, and it's about £10, but it does have lots of rather nice features, the ability to draw on the scores and then export the scores with my markings on and change the pages. But most of you would be quite happy using the straightforward Apple Books app, as that opens PDFs and you can just scroll through. I just think the use of a device to hold music, it's not what I grew up using, but goodness me, I don't like going back to paper these days. So everybody, I should say, we're about to get started. We've got less than a minute to go. And so if I could invite you to make sure you've got everything you need for the next hour, make sure you've got your drinks handy, the phone is on silent, the stockings are hung by the chimney with care. and you are ready to sing, because this next hour bass is, well, it's all about you and your lovely singing. So thank you ever so much for your fantastic comments. It's always great to see everybody. Now, do please keep chatting throughout the session. That's a big part of what we do here. And if you're new, if you've not been here before, certainly not live, well, why not consider popping a little comment in, saying hello, and everybody will be delighted to see you. So thank you, as I say, for your comments. And what we're going to do, everyone, is we're going to go full screen. So here we go. Marvellous. Thank you very much indeed, and a very, very good evening, Basses. Welcome to Christmas at Home. It's the Friday night rehearsal. And, well, as you know, Basses, I tend to put Basses on a Friday. This is because at the start of the week, I've got to teach all these soprano parts. And as the week goes on, the parts get lower and lower in pitch until by the time Friday comes along, my voice is a little bit weary, I can sing the song of my people. All right, so we're going to learn all the bass parts for these carols tonight that we're going to be recording. And so what I'm going to do before we get started is just confirm which carols we're going to ask you to record and which verses. Of course, the wonderful Mark Strawn has been in touch via email with all of this information. Please read his email very, very carefully. You'll find the vast majority of issues, comments, questions will be answered by reading that message. And of course, if you have any questions subsequently, please do send dear Mark a message. He'll be delighted to hear from you. So everybody, you'll need obviously a Christmas at Home score pack tonight. We're going to be looking at the bass parts and melody for the following carols: Once in Royal David City, O Come Ye Faithful, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and Silent Night. And I do appreciate many of you already know these parts, in which case you can consider this revision, but we're going to assume that these are new pieces to everybody watching. Once we've gone through those four carols, we will then learn the first verse of Lullaby My Jesus. Now, this is not for recording. The second verse is the one we want you to record, but we'll be singing along with it on December the 20th, and I want everyone to know their part as well. So after we've gone through the four carols for recording, we'll sing that first verse. It's only going to take about 3 or 4 minutes to learn. All right? So let's just quickly talk about the carols and which verses and so on. There was a little bit of confusion on Monday, and this happens with every choir that does a Christmas carol service. I've done, I don't know how many thousands over the years of Christmas concerts and services, and every time there's what verses are we doing and which ones are the descant and so on. Let's get it absolutely clear right now, everybody. So let's start with Once in Royal David City. So the first verse of that is sung by a solo, and in our version it'll be sung by a choir of soloists, of young people who will be singing that with us, and so that'll be a wonderful way to start our carol. So the self-isolation choir is going to sing verses 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, it says recordare on the score. Ignore that, please. We're going to ask you to record everything. That's 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Verses 2, 3, 4 and 5 will be in harmony basis. We'll learn that in just a moment, and then the last verse will be in unison with that big tune and the descant over the top. All right, so that one more time. Once in Royal David City, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5 in harmony, verse 6 in unison. Okay, and we're recording everything for that one. The next one is O Come Ye Faithful, and we're doing verses 1, 2, 6 and 7. Okay, 1, 2, 6 and 7, and they are harmony, harmony, unison, unison. All right, harmony, harmony, unison, unison. The first two verses in harmony, verse 6, which is Sing Choirs of Angels, in unison with the descant, and then the seventh verse, Yea Lord we greet thee, is in unison. And I want to ask you to do something, an additional element with this one, please, Basses, is we're going to ask you to sing two versions of this carol. One will be those four verses I've just said, 1, 2, 6 and 7, harmony, harmony, unison, unison. In that version, we're going to ask you to sing in that seventh verse, Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born that happy morning. Born that happy morning, okay? Because this is the version that's going to go out on December the 20th. We're then going to ask you to do a special, shorter recording of just verse 7, and you can sort of drop in at the start of the verse when you sing, and we want you to sing just verse 7, Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. And then we're going to mix that and release that on Christmas Day as a special treat for everybody, where we will get to sing this carol, and we get to sing Born This Happy Morning. When you record that one, bear in mind we only want verse 7, Okay, just that one on its own. We'll cut that in, make that one particularly festive and particularly joyful because it's going to be broadcast on Christmas Day. All right, so just one more time there, basses. O come ye faithful, 1, 2, 6 and 7. Harmony, harmony, unison, unison. Then we have Hark the Herald Angels Sing. We are singing and recording all 3 verses, please. All 3. And it's 1, 2 and 3. And it's harmony, harmony, unison. Okay, all 3 verses. And then the last one is Silent Night, which you'll find on, where has it gone? It's towards the back, isn't it? Page 50. And Silent Night, we're going to ask you to record all 3 verses, please, basses. But the first verse, we're going to ask you to sing ah instead of the words. Okay, so the first verse will be ah, and then verses 2 and 3 in harmony with the words. All right, all will become clear on December the 20th. All right, so I appreciate there's a lot to take in. Please have a look at the email from Mark. He has laid it out very, very clearly. And if you have any further questions, let us know. So we're going to get started, basses. Thank you for your patience. I just had to go through all that. And if I can invite those of you who can to stand up for me, that's great. Plant your feet as shoulders width apart. Lovely. Give yourself a straight back and a long neck. Take a deep breath, everybody. Bring your shoulders up, and as you breathe out, let your shoulders fall. Thank you. Just roll them around a little bit. Great. Just roll your head around, just very gently, just to stretch these muscles out. Thank you, basses. Let's do a little bit of just gentle humming and warming up. So we're going to sing Ma, Ma, Ma with me. Ma, Ma, Ma again. Ma, Ma, Ma. One more time. Ma, Ma, Ma. Now, yeah, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you very, very much indeed. A very, very brief warm-up tonight because we've got lots to do. If you need a more substantial warm-up, please pause the stream and just do a little bit more humming and singing and then rejoin. Just press play and it'll pick up just where you left off. We're actually going to start, basses, with Silent Night, which in itself, by singing it through, is going to be a bit of a warm-up. So if you could turn to page 50 for me, please, basses. Silent Night to begin with tonight. Okay. And not the hardest bass part you've ever learnt. It's a very simple, very straightforward version of Silent Night here. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to learn this at a slightly faster tempo. And then when we sing it through with Record Aria in a moment, it'll be at the correct tempo. Okay, so basses, your line from the start goes, Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Okay, sing with me. And silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Very, very nice basses. We then sing, round yon Virgin Mother and Child, holy infant so tender and mild. Okay, the real thing will be slower, but just learning it at a faster tempo. Sing with me, round yon Virgin, please. And round yon Virgin Mother and Child, holy infant so tender and mild. Great. Now, before we move on from those two bar phrases, what I'm asking everybody to do is to crescendo through the first bar of each phrase, so that for example, mother and tender, those 2 words are the loudest and perhaps slightly stressed part of the phrase. So we get, round yon Virgin Mother and Child, holy infant so tender and mild. Okay, can you mark that in for me, please, basses? Thank you. And then this last line, sleep in heavenly peace. It's sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Now, if the bottom F is too low, sing the octave above, please. Let's sing that together. Okay, sleep in heavenly peace. And sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. There we are. Okay, so what we're going to do, basses, is we'll go all the way through that. We'll sing all 3 verses now in rehearsal. And then we're going to ask you, as I say, to record the whole thing. The first verse we sing to ah on its own. and then we sing verses 2 and 3 with the words. Now, the tricky thing is, Record Diary, of course, are going to sing the first verse. You'll be recording along with them singing the words, so please do your best to just remember to sing R all the way throughout this first verse. So let me give you your notes, please. Oh, and do have a drink if you haven't hydrated yourself recently. Okay, so to R, first verse, all right? So basses, tenors, altos, sopranos, singing to R this first verse. Okay, are we ready? And silent verse 2 with the words. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar. Now we'll get a crescendo again. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, last pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face. Dawn of redeeming grace, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Thank you, everybody. Well sung, basses, and of course to any errant sopranos, altos, and tenors. Well done to you too. So that is Silent Night, our first verse. So even I struggle with it. I've been teaching it all week, but our first verse, and then words second and third verse for us, please, basses. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to the start of the pack, please, and let's have a look at Once in Royal David's City. Thank you very much, everyone. So what we'll do to start with is we'll just sing verse 6 with the tune, okay? And I'm just going to assume that everybody out there doesn't know this carol. If you know it, if you've sung it before, maybe over the last few years, decades of your life, well then you can just enjoy singing it and revising it. It's a fantastic tune, isn't it? So not in that poor lowly stable. Verse 6, we sing the tune whilst the sopranos sing a descant. And the tune goes, not in that poor lowly stable. And then it goes, with the oxen standing by. Let's sing those two phrases, please, basses. Not in that poor lowly stable. Here we go. 1, 2. Not in that poor lowly stable, with the oxen standing by. Very good. Just be careful. Sta and di ing by. Okay. We then sing, we shall see him but in heaven, set at God's right hand on high. Same tune, different words. Sing with me. 1, 2. We shall see him but in heaven, set at God's right hand on high. Excellent. Then we've got a couple of top Ds here, basses, which are a little on the high side. So I would just make sure when you sing this, open your mouth nice and tall as we sing, when like stars his children crowned. Okay, let's sing that. Ready? After 2, 1, 2. When like stars his children crowned. And then we sing, all in white shall wait around. Sing with me, and all in white shall wait around. Now be aware that last note is going to last a good long while, so make sure you've got enough breath to sing all the way through. So that is the main melody, everybody. We sing that in verse 6 only. Okay, so let's have a look at verse 2. And he came down to earth from heaven is verse 2. If you have a look there on that first page, we're not singing verse 1, remember, it's just verse 2. And your line basis, he came down to earth from heaven, well, it sounds like this. It is, he came down to earth from heaven, who is God and Lord of all. All right, quite a few wide leaps there, but it's mostly what we call a circle of fifths, so it sort of makes sense. Let's sing that a couple of times. He came down. Ready? 1, 2. He came down to earth from heaven. One more time, please, basses. And he came down to earth from heaven. Very, very good indeed. We then sing, who is God and Lord of all. Sing with me. 1, 2. Who is God and Lord of all. Very good indeed, basses. Thank you. The next line, and his shelter was a stable. This has the same music, so it is, and his shelter was a stable, and his cradle was a stall. All right, let's sing that together. In fact, let's go from he came down to earth from heaven, who is God. Ready? 1, 2. He came down to earth from heaven, who is God and Lord of all. Next line. And his shelter was a stable, and his cradle was a stall. Excellent. We then sing, well, now, basses, we go for a little walk, because we sing, with the poor and mean and lowly. So we rise up a third, down and up. Let's sing that together. With the poor, 1, 2. With the poor and mean and lowly. And then lift on earth our Saviour holy, or holy at the end, if you want to go up there. First basis, just listen to that again. Let's sing that together. Lived on earth. Ready? 1, 2. Lived on earth our Saviour holy. Excellent. Just be careful there, basses, to get the right number of syllables per phrase or per word. Lived on earth. Okay, 2 syllables, 2 syllables, 3 syllables there. Okay, superb. So what we'll do, I think, Bass, is if you don't mind, we'll sing the entire carol. We'll let Richard sing the first verse for us. Remember, Richard Gowers was, I think, 13 when he sang this in 2007. So he'll sing the first verse, and as I'm quite fond of saying now, he'll very quickly, in about 3 seconds, age 13 years, grow a beard and learn to play the organ, and then start playing for us in verse 2. So we'll join in with him in verse 2. Remember, with this one, we're not singing verse 1. Sorry to keep saying it, but just to make it clear, we're singing 2, 3, 4, 5 in harmony, and then verse 6 in unison. Let's do the whole thing so that it's really clear and we can start recording. Okay, so Richard, take it away. If you listen carefully, you can hear the cameras clicking. Ready, and He came down to earth from heaven, who is God and Lord of all, and His shelter was a stable, and His cradle was a stall, with a poor and mean and lowly, lived on earth a Saviour holy. Verse 3. And through all His wondrous childhood, He would honor and obey, love and watch the lowly maiden, in whose gentle arms He lay. Christian children all must be mild, obedient, good as thee. Verse 4. For He is a childhood's pattern, day by day like us He grew. He was little, weak and helpless, tears and smiles like us He knew, and He feeleth for our sadness, and He shareth in our gladness. Verse 5. And our eyes at last shall see Him through His own redeeming love. For that child so dear and gentle is our Lord in heaven above, and He leads His children on to the place where He is gone. Now in unison, verse 6. Not in that forlorn stable, with the oxen standing by, we shall see Him, but in heaven, set at God's right hand on high. marvellous. Well done, basses. Bravo. So thank you very much indeed. I'm looking forward to hearing that. Now, before we move on, there's a couple of tiny little touches you can incorporate for me, just so that we're all united in intent. So the first thing to say is in verse 3, if you could all just glance at that for me on page 3, you'll see the end of the line, Christian children all must be, and there's a line, so we're to sing through that line. So it should be, Christian children all must be mild, obedient, good as he. So you can take a tiny breath after mild, obedient. And if you follow the recording there, the bass on our recording does a great job of that. And the other place, there's two actually, or is there? No, there's just one other. And he leads his children on to the place where he is gone. Can we sing all the way through that? Now, obviously not in one breath, but stagger the breathing. You can breathe any way you like, please, except after on. And try not to breathe at the same time as the soloist is the other thing, okay, as our recording, because otherwise everyone will all breathe at the same point, won't they? So stagger the breathing for me in verse 5 and just have fun with that one. It's such a great carol, and when we hear that tune, I don't know about you, for me Christmas is officially here. So that's going to be a wonderful, wonderful way to start on the 20th of December. So well done, basses. Have a sip of drink, please, everybody. Hydrate yourselves, and once you've done that, can we turn please to O Come We Faithful? Thank you. You'll find this on page 16. It's very, very ancient tune, Adeste Fideles. And remember, in this one, we are doing verses 1 and 2, so that first page on page 16, and then you might just want to just draw lines through verses 3, 4 and 5 in these copies. We're not singing them. Verse 6 is in unison for us basses with that wonderful descant, and then verse 7, I've spoken about that, born that happy morning and born this happy morning. So what we'll do, I think, why don't we sing verse 7 of this one, which you'll find on page 19, to just establish the melody for those who don't know it. This is the one that goes... Really, really good tune. So let's have a little sing through this one. Okay, so if you don't know it, sing out nice and loud. Well, listen, if you do know it, sing out nice and loud. Here we go. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born that happy morning. Jesus, to thee be glory given. Let's sing that one more time for those who are still learning it. Here we go. And yea, Lord, we greet thee, on that happy morning. Jesus, to thee be glory given. Excellent. Well done. Then a big moment where you all sing that D, and it's Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Okay, now just listen to that now in flesh bit. Okay, now notice there's no note in between. It's not peering. And it's the same in verse 6 when we sing glory in the highest. It is just the two notes. Please don't put a note in between. Lots of people, when they sing it in public, do, but it's not right. So please, let's sing what's on the page. Let's sing Word of the Father. All right, end of the second line on page 19. Here we go, basses, 2, 3, 4. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Thank you very much, well done. And then we sing, Oh, come, let us adore him. Okay, now before we sing that, can you give me lots of door, please? And pull back a bit in the dynamics on him. Okay, what I want is, Oh, come, let us adore him. And I want a very carefully placed hymn, please, basses. I've said this to everybody else. What I usually get with a large choir is this. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. And people end up emphasising the hymn because they're trying to breathe out and grab a breath for the next phrase. And in doing so, they accidentally emphasise that last word. It's like dumping. It's like, do you know what it is? It's like my children get home from school after a busy day. And the first thing they do, they get that school bag and they just dump it on the floor, and then they leave it there. And it's a little bit like that. Oh, come, let us adore him. Okay, so just phrase that for me beautifully, please, when you sing it and when you record it. That'll be fabulous. Let's sing that together with all of that lovely phrasing. Lots of door and really carefully placed hymn. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come, let us adore him. Very nice. We then sing, oh, come, let us adore him. Sing for me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come, let us adore him. Thank you very much indeed. And then this last phrase we sing, oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Okay, and the same note on that hymn there. Try not to go, he. Oh, come, let us adore him. Okay, place it really carefully and sing it very beautifully for me. Let's sing that last phrase. Oh, come, ready. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Excellent. Well done, everybody. So that's verse 7. That's also the tune for verse 6, Sing Choirs of Angels. So let's have a look at the harmony parts for the first 2 verses, please. So back to page 16, please, basses. How's everybody doing? Great. Okay, so do have a drink. Doing very well. Now then, at the very start, we've got a very nice, very, very simple little G major chord, and we sing basses. Our first line is 1, 2, 3. Oh, come, all ye faithful. All right, so lots of G's followed by an F sharp. Sing for me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Excellent. We then sing joyful and triumphant. Sing for me again. And joyful and triumphant. Very good. And then we sing, O come ye to Bethlehem. Just listen to that on the piano before you sing it. Listen. Okay, so what we're going to sing is, O come ye, O come. Just that. So it's going to be, O come ye, O come, and O come ye, O come. And again, O come ye, O come. Very good. Now we're going to sing, Come ye. And again, Come ye. Again, Come ye. And now we'll sing, Come ye to Bethlehem with me, and come ye to Bethlehem. So the whole thing from O come ye is 1, 2, 3. O come ye to Bethlehem. All right, let's sing from the beginning, please, basses. O come, ye faithful. There's the bass note. There's the tenor, alto, soprano. Let's sing together. 1, 2, 3. O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. Thank you very much indeed. Can we have Bethlehem, please? Not Bethlehem. Or as the last group of children that I taught this to, it was Bethlehem. So let's make sure it's Bethlehem, please, everybody. Thank you. Now we sing, Come and behold him, born the King of Angels. And we sing, Come and behold him. Let's sing that together. Nice tall mouth on come, and come and behold him. And then, born the King of Angels. And there, just before we sing it, the same as before. Lots of ain, less gels. And we don't want to go angels. We want angels. So it is born the King of Angels. With me, 2, 3, 4. Born the King of Angels. Very, very good indeed. You then have a line off whilst the altos and tenors and basses. Oh, come let us adore him, and we join in then basses on this last line. We sing, oh, come let us adore him, Christ the Lord. A really good walking bass line. And it's all moving by steps, you notice, until that last phrase. So let's sing that together. Oh, come, let us adore him. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Great job. Well done, basses. Let's sing it from the beginning, just with the piano, and then we'll sing the whole thing with Recordare. All right, so there's your note, there's the tenor note, the alto note, soprano note. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of Angels. Ready? Deep breath. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Fabulous job, basses. Excellent. It's one of my favourite bass lines in all of hymns, Christmas carols, the whole repertoire. It's such a great bass line. So what we'll do now is we'll sing the whole thing. So remember, it's verses 1 and 2 in harmony. Just be careful for those who haven't sung this one before. The first verse starts with an upbeat. Oh, come, all ye faithful. The second verse starts on the beat, so it's straight in. It'll go 3, 4. God of God, and so on. All right, watch me. If you've not done this one before, well then follow along, and after a couple of sing-throughs, you'll be absolutely brilliant with it. So verses 1 and 2 in harmony, 6 and 7 in unison, and we'll sing Born That Happy Morning on this sing-through. All right, so have fun, everybody. Here's Recordare with Richard Gowers again. Take it away, folks. Here we go. Oops, sorry. I've actually pressed the right button. Here we go. And oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of Angels.
Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him.
Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. God of God, light of light, lo, he abhors not the Virgin's womb. Very God, begotten, not created.
Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him.
Oh, come, let let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Sing choirs of angels, sing in exaltation, sing all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born that happy morning. Jesus, to thee be glory given. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us adore. Now louder. Oh, come, let us adore. Now full voice. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Wonderful. Thanks so much, basses, and thanks again to Recordari and to Richard for that fabulous performance. So that one is going to be fantastic. Of course, we're singing verses 1, 2, 6, and 7. Harmony, harmony, unison, unison. Born that happy morning on the version with 4 verses, and the version that's 1 verse on its own, just verse 7. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. Thanks, basses. Great stuff. Okay, doing very nicely. Can we have a look at Hark the Herald Angels Sing, please, which you'll find at the back of the pack. Page 58. Thank you very much. And those of you that were singing with me on the Elijah course will note the name of the composer of this wonderful carol and be delighted along with me. Mendelssohn is such a fantastic composer, and this is one of his best tunes. I did say on Monday that it's a matter of record that he said he didn't think this would make a very good carol. It was too loud, it was too bombastic, wouldn't be appropriate for Christmas. And as I said, he hadn't heard the kind of music that we listen to here in the 21st century to celebrate the season. I think it's a perfect tune for Christmas. And to be honest, if he was still around, I think he'd agree. So everybody, let's have a look at this fantastic carol. We're singing all 3 verses. We'll start with verse 3 to just learn the melody for those who haven't sung this one before. Do hydrate yourselves, please, everyone. Okay. So your tune, basses. Okay, so let's have a look at Hail the Heaven-born Prince of Peace. Don't over-sing at this point while we're learning it. Okay, keep this one fairly gentle as we're learning it. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace. Hail the Son of Righteousness. Thank you. Well done, basses. Remember to smile all the way through this one, particularly on these high notes. Hail the Son of Righteousness. The advice I was always given when I was training is the higher you go, the taller the mouth sound you need to make in order to create that lovely resonant sound. So Drop the jaw, that really helps with those high notes. Then we sing, light and life to all he brings, and then risen with healing in his wings. Let's sing together, light and life, 2, 3, 4. Light and life to all he brings, risen with healing in his wings. Great. We then sing this next phrase twice. We sing, mild he lays his glory by, born that man no more may die. Let's sing that together. Mild he lays, 2, 3, 4. Mild he lays his glory by, born that man no more may die. Very, very good. Now, this next line, Mendelssohn wants us to sing top E's, and it's a big, big ask for basses, particularly second basses. So what you might want to do here, basses, is either to sing falsetto. If you're recording, that might be the answer, or just leave those notes out if they're too high and join in at Sons of Earth. If you have the top E's, though, definitely go for them. And we'll sing Born to Raise the Sons of Earth as we sing, born to raise the sons of earth. And just notice there, please, if you would, the rhythm, da, 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 da. It's not born to raise, it's born to raise on the beat. Can you just make a note of that for me, basses, please? And let's sing together, born to raise the sons of earth, 2, 3, 4. Born to raise the sons of earth. Very good. We then sing, born to give them second birth with me, and born to give them second birth. Very nice. And then we sing, hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King with me, and hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Thanks, basses. Well done. It's a great tune, isn't it? One of the best. Let's have a look at page 58 now, please. So this is where we'll find the harmony, and we're doing all 3 verses of this, harmony, harmony, and that last verse in unison, and the sopranos will give us that wonderful descant. So, basses. So our first line is all just a big G major arpeggio. It's hark the herald angels sing. Sing for me, please, basses. 2, 3, 4. Hark the herald angels sing. Then we sing, glory to the newborn King. Sing for me, and glory to the newborn King. From the beginning, please, basses. Hark the herald. 2, 3, 4. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Thank you very much indeed. And then we sing, peace on earth and mercy mild. Okay, note the rhythm on there. Da, 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 da. It's actually the same each time. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, and don't forget that last little A on the quaver. So it's peace on earth and mercy mild. Sing with me, please, basses. 2, 3, 4. Peace on earth and mercy mild. And then God and sinners reconciled. My bass voice is starting to give out at this time on a Friday. All right, but everyone sing for me, God and sinners, please. 2, 3, 4. God and sinners reconciled. So let's sing from peace on earth, start of the second line, please, basses, and add that to the end. 2, 3, 4. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Okay, I do concede that's not the easiest line if you've never sung it before. Practice it, sing it over and over a few times, and it'll get easier the more you do it. We then sing, we sing, joyful all ye nations, nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. And this is a bit that I often find basses don't entirely sing correctly when they sing the harmony. Okay, because of this bit, we're going to sing joyful all ye, just that please, and joyful all ye, and again, and joyful all ye, and then I want nations rise, just nations rise again, nations rise, and then can we sing ye nations rise, 1, 2, 3, ye nations rise, one more time, 1, 2, 3, ye nations rise. So the whole thing, joyful all, it's the same both times, 2, 3, 4, joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. Be really careful with that last note of the first and third bar of that line, okay? Please practice it for me. Then the fourth line, with the angelic host proclaim. This, again, the rhythm is all on the beat. With the angelic host proclaim. Okay, like footsteps. Sing with me, 2, 3, 4. With the angelic host proclaim. Okay, all on the beat, no dots there. And then we sing, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Listen again. Let's sing that together. Christ is born, 2, 3, 4. Christ is born in Bethlehem. Really nice. So let's sing from with the angelic host, please, basses. There's your note. Tenors, altos, sopranos, with the angelic. 2, 3, 4. With the angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Excellent. And then we sing in thirds. Okay, ignore the pedal note and the organ. Okay, we don't sing the organ note. We sing, hark the herald angels sing. Sing that for me, 2, 3, and hark the herald angels sing. And then we sing the last line in unison with everybody else, which is what's on the score. We sing, glory to the newborn King. Sing with me, and glory to the newborn King. Okay, there's one more question about this, is in the second verse. You notice the third line, veiled in flesh, the Godhead see, hail the incarnate. Now the next word, we'd say deity, I think, but Mendelssohn and the editors here have said at the bottom of the score, if you look, it says pronounced deity. So could you sing hail the incarnate deity as marked on the score? Thank you very much indeed. So what we're going to do, everybody, we're going to sing all the way through this carol, verses 1, 2 and 3, harmony, harmony, unison with descant at the end, and then we'll have just 3 minutes to look at this Lullaby My Jesus, and then you're good and set to go, basses. Okay, so we'll have the introduction once again from Richard, Record Irish singing, and we'll sing in harmony. There's your first note. Have fun, everyone. And hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With the angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels. And unison, glory to the newborn King. Verse 2. Christ by highest heaven adored, Christ the everlasting everlasting Lord. Late in time, behold him come, offspring of the Virgin's womb. Veiled in flesh, the Godhead see, hail incarnate deity, pleased as man with man to dwell. Jesus our Emmanuel. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Now in unison. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace, hail the Son of Righteousness, light and life to all he brings, risen with healing in his wings. Mild he lays his glory by, on that man no more may die, on to raise the sons of earth, on to give them second birth. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Fantastic. Thank you so much, bassist. Now, a quick note on that. Can you please keep singing? When you record that one, can you keep singing to the end of the organ note? Okay, you notice our singers stop slightly early. They're single voices all singing. They've done an amazing job. Nobody, except unless you've got iron lungs, will be able to sing to the end of that in one breath. So stagger the breathing and keep that last note going to the end, please, if you would. Thank you, everybody. So those are the carols. Those are the 4 pieces we're going to ask you to record in addition to the pieces from last week. Basses, you can start recording as soon as you like. You can submit them as soon as you like. The closing date for basses and tenors is the 4th of December. Okay, basses, 4th of December, to give you just an extra couple of days to get that in. So that's next Friday. Thank you so much in advance for all of your hard work. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event to hear all of you singing. And just one more thing, folks, just to finish with, as promised, let's just learn this first verse of Lullaby My Jesus. Now remember, we're not singing this one, not the first verse anyway, on the recording, but we will sing along with Recordari on the 20th of December. So remember, we're recording the second verse, page 15, but 14 is just for our enjoyment. So let's have a look at this one, shall we? It'll just take another 3 minutes or so. So page 14, we start there on this G. Lots and lots of low notes here, lots of held notes. So the first note is 6 beats, the second one is 3, so it's la, la. Okay, that very first bar is just a low G for 6 beats, and then for 3, and then it's lullaby my king. Sing for me, and lullaby my king. All right, and I know there's a note at the end of that bar. We'll get to that in a minute. Sing me the first 2 bars, please, basses. And la, la, lullaby my king. Very, very nice. It's a very low, very soft sort of sound back of the throat. Okay, we then come in on the last beat of the bar, on the 9th beat of the bar, with an early lull. Okay, so after 8, 7, 8, lullaby. Okay, and that note on by is 6 beats. Sing that for me. Lullaby. After 8, ready, 7, 8, lullaby. Very good. Now we're on the second line and we sing, oh, my sweetly sing. Sing for me and, oh, my sweetly sing. Very nice basses. Now we go up the octave. We've got that same note length as in the first bar, just an octave higher. So it's 6 and 3. So it's la. Oh, sorry, it's not lull. It's slumber. So do that again. Slumber, and then on your mother's arms. Sing for me and on your mother's arms. Let's do the whole thing from slumber, please. Bar 5 and slumber on your mother's arm. And then she will rock you, she will keep you safe from harm. You'll remember that because we sing that in verse 2 as well. For bar 7, please, basses. She will rock you and she will rock you, she will keep you safe from harm. Great. And then we come in just on that last beat. And it's after 8 again, 7, 8, slumber. Okay, so it's 6 beats on the first note of slum, and then burr is down a semitone and it's for 3. So do that for me again. Slumber, last bar of the third line after 8, please. 7, 8, slumber. And then we descend by semitone on your mother's arm. Listen again. On your mother's arm. Sing that for me, please, basses. And on your mother's arm. All right, let's do that from slumber, please. Bar 9, ready with the upbeat after 8, 7, 8. Slumber on your mother's arm. And then she will rock you, she will keep you safe from harm. As before, sing with me and she will rock you, she will keep you safe from harm. Thank you, basses. Let's just sing it through just the once. You've then got it recorded to sing along with and to enjoy. So there's your notes. Any errant tenors, any altos, any sopranos. Let's sing this. This is the last thing we're going to sing this week, ladies and gentlemen. We've had an amazing run in November, and of course Monday we'll all be together to sing through all the stuff that we'll be recording and the last little bits which we'll just be enjoying. So next week we've got things like In the Bleak Midwinter, John Rutter's What Sweeter Music. They are absolutely gorgeous pieces, so don't forget, join me on Monday for that full sing. But thank you everybody for your time this week. Thank you for your excellent singing basses, and let's sing this and the weekend can begin. Okay, there we go. Here we go from the start, and lullaby, my king, lullaby, oh, my sweetly sing. From harm, we are. Thank you ever so much, basses. Excellent work tonight. We've got 5 pieces in the bag today, so lots and lots of music. I know many of you know these carols, but it's always good to revise and make sure we're all singing from the same hymn sheet, as it were. So have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday for the full sing through. Remember, basses, you've got a week to get us those recordings, so have a good time with them. Practice all the tricky bits before you record. I know it sounds obvious, but it's always better to go through and maybe even play a bit of it on the piano if there's any bits that are tricky, and then you can feel confident when it's time to record. So thank you in advance for all of that hard work. So have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday, and all the very best. Take care. Be well. We'll see you soon. Bye, folks.